Welcome to Loose Laces, episode 81.5, or Conversation with ToNYD2WiLD. I apologize if there's a fucking echo in the background. I forgot my headphones. I'm Davon,
Rashad.
and we wanted to open the floor to Tony D because we shit on this man for 40 minutes. So here you go, King. Say what you got to say. So here you go, King. Say what you got to say.
Yeah, my bad. It just froze up out of nowhere. But I appreciate. I just went over the intro. But what's going on? I appreciate y'all. Having me come on. And really, in my opinion, man, like I heard the podcast, and at the end of the day, like I've been doing this for a very long time, and I accept criticism. Like it's just what comes with it. But I feel like with that criticism, it got to the point where it was like a little bit, in my opinion, this like disrespect to the point where it kind of lost the point, like the point that y'all are trying to make. It got to the point where it became more so like bashing and going at me at a disrespectful manner than actually sticking on topic. So I'm like, okay, well, let's actually sit down and then let's like whatever these questions are, whatever you think that I'm doing, let's say those things and then let's actually have a dialogue along with it. I mean, one of the best ways, I have the podcast pulled up. I can just press play and we could just pause it and go off each one of the, each of the things that was actually stated on that podcast and just address those things and have those, and have that dialogue.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Sean. You
No, you good. Just go ahead.
Okay. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't prepare questions because I wanted to see how you felt about it. Like you said, we go to the extreme and we tend to make it bashing, but that's just how we shit talk.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it as an excuse. I'm not saying that you should feel the way that you feel. But if you want to go over all the points that we made on the podcast, or if you had certain things that you wanted to address or call us out on for saying, we're all open for it. We're open to answer anything that we said.
Yeah, no, I think that's just the best way. Like that way you're not, prepared for questions. More so we can play the statements and then I can speak, ask you a question, you ask me a question back. If you want clarification on what I meant by this tweet or that tweet, I think that's just the best way to go about it,
And actually, before we go, I do want to make an apology to you because I accused you of being a Republican, and that was my mistake. I should have did my research, so that's completely on me. I just wanted to make certain that I got that out there because you did put that in a tweet between the two of us. And you also did say that on your video about the Trump sneakers, which I should have watched in full. So that was a fuck up on my part.
That's fine. I respect that. So, I kind of got now an idea who was saying what because sometimes it was hard to know. Is it Devon or Davon?
Davon.
I didn't know if it was you or Shad. So, whoever it is, we can just go off that. So this is the first. We can go ahead and just play it. Just play it. Let me know if you can hear this.
Okay. If you acknowledge that it's a scam.
You hear that, right? Okay.
I'm not mad at grifters that be grifting. I'm mad at niggas that try to pretend that they not grifting. Or niggas that don't stand on their morals.
This ain't really me, though, right here. But
I don't know if you want to indulge in this with me.
Here it goes.
I will.
I do. Fuck that nigga. I hope. Excuse me. No, I should have kept the burp on there, bitch ass nigga. I wish Complex had kept that nigga check.
So, that right there, like off the rip, right? So when I heard that, I don't know who said that one. Was that you, Davon? Okay. Oh, that was you, Shot. Okay, so I thought it was Davon. So saying that, in my opinion, I don't know if I never had an interaction with him. So am I supposed to just take it as a joking manner or seriously? I would take it for his word. At the end of the day, that was full on him being just straight up fuck me. And then also on top of that, he wished that Complex never paid me. And I don't even care about the fuck me part, but what type of, in my opinion, to Shy, what have I done that's had you that pissed to wish that something that feeds me as a human being should not be, presented to me? You said fuck me, bitch ass nigga, all that, right? You could be my worst enemy. I'm not gonna wish that you don't get your check from your job at the end of the day that you can feed your family with. Because this is my livelihood. So you're like wishing that something like that, like I can't even. I feel like you have to have a lot of hate for someone to say some shit like that.
Well, sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No, I'm done.
Okay. No, it's not that I got hate in my heart for it. It's just, or hate in my heart for anybody. Like I don't again, I don't really know anybody like that. The issue with how I felt this was kind of handled was it was the tweets that kind of set me off. Like, I understand you're a very influential person. Like, we have your followers in our mentions now that are kind of just defending your honor. Rightfully so. You've amassed that following with all the work that you put in, right? So I think with that comes awareness of your influence. So when you say stuff or you tweet stuff saying, well, you got to look at it down the middle, like, it's not understanding the gravity of the situation that happened because you want to play in the middle and defend whatever position that you have or, you know, the following that you do have. That's kind of what ticked me off about it. So when it came to how I actually felt, no, I don't know you as a person. This is the first time we've ever spoke. I don't tweet you. I'm not even familiar with your content. Davon actually introduced me to your stuff. I try to really stay off the internet.
Well, it was weird that you say that though, because you were the one that followed me and Davon don't. You follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. Davon doesn't.
Oh, you talking about from the show account?
No, from a personal. It said he followed me. Yeah, that's what I was like. So I'm thinking.
I mean, I guess I do. I'm just that's the thing. Like, I don't really go on the internet like that. So I followed. Like, understand. I'm familiar with Sneak This podcast. I'm familiar with Hez Kicks. I'm familiar with a few personalities, but to actually sit there and digest y'all, content, I don't really do it too much. I only know of who y'all are because when this first started, I needed some sort of metric on how we were going to do this. I needed some sort of metric, like, okay, this is the quality of stuff that they're putting out. How often are they putting stuff out? Is there anybody podcasting? Is anybody talking about this? I needed something to base it off of. After that, I'm pretty sure I don't really look at like too much more after that.
Okay, so that's fine, but so because I made a tweet, I shouldn't be paid, or you wish I shouldn't be paid, or was that just a statement just thrown out there because of how you was feeling at that moment? I just feel like that's
a little bit of both.
Yeah, I just feel like that was like that's just not said by somebody on some just random shit. That in my opinion, like I feel like that's some shit where something boiled up, and I thought that was you, Davon, because
Davon's usually known for the
disrespect. Not even that, because I saw you followed me, Davon didn't, and I remember the voices got mixed up because me and Davon had an interaction on Twitter, and he says later on like I don't like him because I had an interaction with him, which we can get to that one as well. So it was all over the place, but that threw me off a little bit. But it just at the end of the day, coming in, I'm like, whoa, like damn, is this more than just this little Trump situation? Because me personally, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I would just never say like, man, I wish that motherfucker didn't get paid. Like that's some shit that like
no. Don't mistake my following for fandom. Like don't do that. I'm only saying, like, understand my stance isn't really gonna change too much. If it hurts your feelings, honestly, like, sorry.
No, I don't. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I was just trying to figure out if it was more to that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, is it just?
No, we don't know each other. I don't know you. I don't watch your videos like that.
Cool.
And again, like I've only been made aware of your situation namely because of the whole complex situation. Like when that was brought up before, like to hear about which creators didn't get paid and whatnot, and then to turn around and see you playing the middle on something like this by saying, well, we're talking about politics, but we're not talking about politics, and you're playing the middle, and you're a black man in this space, but you're this, and all these nuances. It's like, this isn't really
okay. So
this is a culture I would think this person is so prominent in that he would have some sort of desire to protect too.
Yeah, so we can move on from that then, and that point.
We ain't make this shit.
I'm just gonna see
nothing to do with politics. This is.
I think we can honestly get to that point. That's the tweet that was stated, right? So the tweet that I initially put out, I heard that Trump was going to SneakerCon.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter if it was Trump or Biden. That just didn't matter. I made the statement. I said that was something big. It was going to be something big. Regardless if it was bad big or good big, it ended up being something big. Something that we're still talking about that happened, 2 weeks ago at this point. But, Devon, hey, I got to give it to you. My brain wasn't thinking smart at the time because when I heard that Trump was coming, I honestly thought the man was coming and having like a booth and just going to walk in and on some like, oh shit, Trump here and walk out. Once I started seeing motherfucking get Trump sneaker banners, he's on the news, it was a live stream, he's talking, has a platform. That's when I finally said, I was like, okay, there's my moment of clarity. This ain't right. This don't look right. Now, I think it was you, Shard, and I guess then saying that like me being dumb or something to say that SneakerCon doesn't endorse him. I don't speak unless I have facts. I don't have factual evidence that they are actually endorsing this man. From the look of it, from that look, yeah, it looks like an endorsement. But I don't have an actual SneakerCon endorses Trump. We see it all the time with these PACs or whoever the fuck. They come out vocally and say we endorse Trump. And at the end of the day, I just can't just jump out and say that. I don't go off allegedly. I'm going to go off of facts. At the end of the day, I can agree, though, it wasn't a good look. And that's what I said. And I think I said it.
Sneakerheads for Trump signs.
Yeah, can I jump in on this?
Okay.
So, I'm not saying this to be sarcastic.
Yeah.
But you can't not deal with a politician and not have an endorsement. Even if you were to take out the donations that they've made to Trump, if we were to have Biden on our show, we can say, oh, this isn't political. We're just talking to Biden about what it's like the sneaker game is in Delaware. That's a political endorsement by having someone on your platform. Unless your platform is completely neutral and you have people from every spectrum, you're platforming someone with their appearance. And with someone like Trump, there's nowhere in the world he was going to show up like, yo, what's happening, my niggas? I'm Trump. See y'all. And it wasn't the tweet that you said Trump being there was going to be big. It was the fact that you said I had a moment of clarity that it gave him a platform. And I'm just like, we're all adults here. I would imagine we all graduated high school. We know how politicians move, especially a nigga that's not even a real politician, a nigga that is in showbiz. You know, people always talk about, well, you're like Trump before he became political. Because we grew up watching him in movies, TV shows. He showed up places. He was rich. He did that. Then this nigga started being extra political openly. Like before our time, I don't know how you are, but how old you are. But I know before our time, it was the New York 5, New York 6.
Yeah, I remember that.
That page. That wasn't talked about until we were older. 5. And so after seeing years of him being in politics and the things that he does, it just didn't make sense to me for someone to say, I didn't think he would be political, or I don't feel like SneakerCon is endorsing him by giving him a stage.
The thing is that I know people from SneakerCon, right? Actual like people that work in with it, like pretty. I'm not gonna go into who particularly, but I had the conversation with them, like, yo, that was not a good look. And the response I got back was, he never. This is the response that they said back. Okay, once again, because obviously SneakerCon could have came out and said, we endorsed him, and they didn't. They didn't say shit. Their response, though, was that he came, did sneakers, and left. He never said vote for him. He just said go out and vote. I'm not here to defend that, but that's the response. That if you want to know their response in a way, that's their response. Is that when he went up on there, he never stated anything political. All he said was go out and vote. Sneakerhead, sneakerhead, sneakerhead. I'm not. And look, Shad, you over there looking. This is not my words. Don't take this coming from me. I'm speaking. I'm the messenger here, just saying that. I still don't agree with it. I still have my moment of clarity at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, why does it matter if my moment of clarity, Davon, is me saying I'm wrong and oh shit, I fucked up? Why is that an issue? Shouldn't that be good? That damn Tony was being dumb as fuck. Now he finally realized that it was way bigger than that. Like, am I supposed to be just to still be dumb about it? Like, if I didn't say nothing, I would just left it at. I could have just not said shit, and then it would have been like, oh, this is big. The moment of clarity I had was me admitting to like I was not being smart here. Oh shit, this was stupid. This was a bad look. So I don't see how like me having a moment of clarity is a bad thing. I'm obviously
coming. About you having a moment of clarity is just a dumb statement.
Just
Like, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but that's just a dumb statement. You're an adult. You know how politics work. And the people you talk that with SneakerCon are dumb to sit up here and say, well, he didn't say anything political. If I'm a politician and I say, go vote, I'm not going to be like, yo, go vote for my enemy. Vote for me.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I'm not sitting here defending them. I'm just letting you know their stance at the end of the day. Like, that's what they're
No,
at
I
least.
understand that.
But
No one's saying that
but
you're rocking with them and you're endorsing them. We're just saying, or I'm saying, they're stupid to have him there and think that it wasn't going to be political with the word salad response they put out. And then I don't know who you know, but unless they're the owners or the people who let him be there, I'm not concerned about how they felt. It's just as an organization, the decision makers there made an endorsement.
the thing at the
Anyone else could say it was an endorsement, but that's an endorsement.
so look, cool. It was stupid of me to make the statement, but the thing is that we both agree on the same thing right now. What you're saying, Dave, it's not like I disagree with anything y'all are saying. Like which is that obviously it was a bad look. It was like a rally. It was damn near a rally. So like I don't know where we having a disagreement, and us not having that disagreement. I don't see how what I was saying was stupid. Was I dumb for not recognizing it off the rip? Yeah. But then again, like it makes me almost feel like, damn, I shouldn't have said shit. If I didn't say nothing, then Davon and Shaw probably wouldn't have said nothing about me. Me speaking out and realizing that me being stupid is what makes y'all feel, made this video or put me on there in that type of way.
So, Tony, do you know your metrics, like off the top of your head, like what your followers are like your numbers?
I mean, you mean overall from Twitter? There's so many
Overall,
different.
like
I
your
mean,
breakdown, whatever you want to do.
You said my bank account?
No.
Oh, I'm like,
whatever you want to do. Your
oh,
followers.
I mean, you could say 800 to a mil, somewhere around there. I mean, that's what my subscriber is, but that doesn't always reflect the active amount of people. But it's a decent following.
Okay, so with that is the recognition of how large your following is. Trust me, me and this nigga wish we had those type of numbers. We working to get that.
Mm-hmm.
We have to understand that, and trust me, it comes with sometimes we could be on here kind of being a little harsh, little brash, a little rude, but we still understand the type of influence that we do have, the type of ears that will listen to this. So to even jump out there off the rip without that train of thought about how detrimental something like this introduced to a sneaker con could be, like you've seen Fox News say, oh, well, this is Trump trying to get the attention of black sneakerheads.
Niggas love shoes, is what they said.
I know, yeah.
But the main person is the Ukrainian dude that bought them shits for $9,000. I saw one black dude beside him, and that was it. Where the fuck do black people come in on this? And this is where your take on certain things, before you get to your moment of clarity, where people have already absorbed said information or said tweets. That's how this gets dangerous, because you are very influential. You work for that, rightfully so. But there's still a certain responsibility to say, no, instead of, I understand you gotta get the information. And there is no side to information. It's what's the truth and what isn't the truth. But when you say certain things and it comes off a certain way, people have already absorbed it before they even get to said point. And then to not even really recant, to have probably the biggest tweet on your page from that Twitter rant or whatever, that tweet stream, where it's like, it's not really a concise answer. That's
what wait, what's the not the concise answer for the tweet? The fact that I said that they don't endorse, or what part is not concise? Because I personally take from that tweet that obviously I said it was a bad look. So where is the confusion there on that?
For me, I would just say it comes down to, I get it. You are right. You came to your clarity and you realized that it was wrong that they had him there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, once you get into the realm of politics, things get ugly. Because like you said, you rather have not said anything than to have gotten into it. And to go to what you said, I understand why you had to say something, because you have clearly racist idiots confusing you and DJ because y'all niggas don't look nothing alike. Like that is crazy that they were accusing you of being on stage. Made no
I
fucking
did not.
sense.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know it till later. I was. People kept saying like they were. I don't know. I mean, I had Trump and Biden people, and that goes with what Shad said. Like me playing. We'll get to them playing the middle part later, but like I had both ends attacking. You know, and like I'm not saying attacking but both sides was coming. Like people call me Trump supporter, and people saying you dumb motherfucker voting for Biden. Like both ends, and we can get to that one. We can talk about that as well, but. I'm just saying that like you said, Shad, that was maybe my biggest tweet of the week, of the month or whatever. And that biggest tweet is me saying that I acknowledge that this was a fuck up on SneakerCon's behalf. So I don't understand how that is something negative or the issue. If okay, let's say I made the first tweet without the research and people bit into that, the second one was the quote tweet was the bigger one that I think spread the message and brought out what I really felt about that at the end of the day. Yes, could I have done my research? Yes. Have I done hot takes before and fucked up on it? Yes, I've done that. I'm a human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like people like I'm on Twitter. Sometimes I forget that what a tweet can do. I don't look at myself. I don't look at myself like other people look at myself at the end of the day. I don't look at that sub count, that follower count, because I always want to remain humble at the end of the day. And that's just how it is. I don't feel myself any different than you guys. I don't feel like just because y'all are a smaller platform, like I'm the only one that probably gonna talk out of that whole thing, and I wasn't even fucking there. You ain't gonna see a 2Js or a DJ at the end of the day. Take a link and talk about it. But it's because I don't look at that type. I don't look at numbers.
No, I understand, and I just wanted to say I was pulling up the tweet so I could fully see it. I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you or disrespecting you, and I just want to say again, thank you for talking to us. I respect the fuck out of you because a lot of people won't talk to us. They won't acknowledge what they've done, or they'll just say it is what it is and fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's for me, it's the fact of I don't like fence sitting.
Got you.
And you acknowledge that, at a moment of clarity, this is a big issue. But it really comes down to the last part where it says that makes it look like as if SneakerCon endorses it. Not saying not saying they do, but it looks like it is a look it gives. I got to call it down the middle. And it's like, you can't say, and I'm not, okay. To me, it doesn't make sense to say they fucked up, but I can't call it. I got to call it down the middle. It's,
well, can I? Okay, but Davon, you know why I said call it down the middle? Because I
get why you said it. I understand why you said it because like again, you said SneakerCon people, so it felt almost like a conflict of interest by saying, "Oh well, I know these people; they're good people, but they're doing this." So it might offend them by saying it's not a good look.
Well, no. The reason why I said I gotta call it down the middle is because the previous tweet said this was big. This was a big thing. Like this is, and then I'm saying, well, now that it was gonna be big, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. So me over here saying at first how big this was gonna be for SneakerCon, now I'm saying the type of big y'all gonna want, and I'm saying that I can be on both. I'm calling it down the middle. That at first that was that way, but now SneakerCon, I don't think that was a good move. That's why. So that's why I'm saying call it. That's calling it down the middle. There, we can still get to the other fence sitting of the politics side too. But that's what.
I'm sorry. No, you explaining it now because that didn't come through on the tweet.
I get it.
It's because we don't know you, or it wasn't enough.
It's context. It's context. When you tweet, you don't know you don't know how I'm talking. You might think I'm talking, oh man, oh God, this moment of clarity. Like it's like we don't know how, or it might be man, fuck you. Like for instance, Davon, we're gonna get to the DJ thumbnail because look, you're gonna be like, oh wow, like that wasn't. I heard you say that you don't like me or you say you didn't like me based upon that. You're gonna find out like, bro, that was a huge misunderstanding. We can get to that later, but is there anything else here with this part of that tweet? Or are we kind of good?
Oh no, I think with the context of it now, it makes more sense.
Okay.
So without the context, that's why it was going to go like that. So I appreciate you explaining the context within the tweet.
Got you. Okay, so the quick thing on the DJ tweet thing, right? I went and looked. I went and did like my research to figure out the interaction. You made a tweet about the smiling shit, the open mouth shit, right? And I do it too. Like I don't have an issue with you feeling that way. I literally just was asking a question because I do see a lot of times where people will complain about the thumbnail but enjoy the video, right? So I was saying, look, I get it. The thumbnail is fucking annoying. I don't like doing it, but it does work. I can't lie. Like if I see the number work, it works. But a lot of times people will complain about the thumbnail and the video is got information or it's got tons of this and that in it. And I think I said, like, you know, do you hate the thumbnail but like the video, or you don't like the video and don't like the thumbnail? And you said, I just think the whole shit's lame. And,
I don't like
and Davon, you said like, you know, yeah, I be bitching him on the tweets when he say that. Like I'll go at him, he don't say nothing back. Davon, there's nothing else to say to that. If you don't like the thumbnail in the video, then you win. You won that conversation with me. I don't know if you wanted me to debate you back and forth, but I was just making a statement. Like some people will complain about a thumbnail and like the video. If you complain about the thumbnail and you don't like the nigga's video, then I can't help him there. I'm not. He's lame. You got a legitimate right to think he's lame at the end of the day. I was just making a statement there. That's all that was. It was just me saying, you know, I mean, can we agree that we probably seen a thumbnail that was corny before, but the video was pretty dope? Like,
oh yeah, no.
That's all that was. It wasn't for us to go back and forth or having an argument. It was just I think Sneaker Kari might have retweeted it, or I saw it pop up.
Yeah, it was a response to Kari, and then you had said something. I replied, and then you stopped replying.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna split that on me. I'm so used to when people jump out the gate at me, they say something, I say something, and then niggas duck and say something.
I know. I 100% know what you're talking about, bro. You like the back and forth, and I like it too. And somebody will say something dumb, and then you just respond, and then they just disappear. And you get that in the comments and shit, and that shit, I'll block a motherfucker if they don't respond to me. Like, you ain't finna come here, snuck me, and then when I hit you back, you run off. Like, we gotta do something. So I understand like that feel of conversation. That's why you saw how fast I was. Like, let's get up, let's talk. Like, that's just how I am.
No, I dig it. I appreciate that, because I think that was another case of, because I was having a full-blown conversation and I didn't know how much you were seeing, because a lot of people think I'm a hater. I am a hater. But I typically have a reason to hate something because I don't like most YouTubers. Mainly, I know too much. I've been in the game for too long. There's not much that people can show me that's really informative. And then a lot of the videos is just, nigga, I want to see the shoes. I want to And I was saying it in the rest of the context. So for another creator to come in, like, and I guess I misinterpreted it again. I read it as like, nigga, we do this because we got to, or we make good videos. So if you hating it, and that was me, it's like, okay, this nigga want to go. Let's do this.
Yeah. And I can see that, you know. Basically, though, your response, there was nothing for me to combat you on. Like, it was checkmate. It was just like, I think the nigga lame. And the videos are lame. So, okay, I mean, shit. It is what it is on that. You know, if you would have been like, his videos are cool, then I'd be like, well, you know, that's just how. Yeah, you know. So that's that. I think, I had the podcast here, but I think really the other thing really is just someone mentioned in the gun channel. Someone was mentioning fence sitting. Okay, fence sitting and my political stance on everything and me fence sitting. Like, let me put it this way, right? As a creator, when it comes to politics, I don't really want to, like, I don't want to influence who they should vote for at the end of the day. That's just me. So I try to call it down the middle. At the end of the day, though, I don't give a fuck about Trump or Biden. I'm going to be 100. I don't support neither one of them. I'm an independent. I've never voted Republican in my life. I'm independent. I voted for back when Hillary went. I went for Bernie. Hillary won. I went for Bernie against motherfucking Biden. And Biden won. You know what I'm saying? And then they both won. Hillary lost. Biden won. You know, that's my stance there. This year, like, I don't know who I'm going to be 100. I can be honest and just say I'm going to vote for Biden, y'all, and then that's the case closed. I don't know who I'm going to vote for right now. I want to look at the policies. I'm not going to look at the faces. That's just my stance right now. I'm going to be 100. And I'm at the end of the day, I'm not voting for the individual. I'm voting for what they are trying to do for the country at the end of the day. That's what
Yeah,
I'm going to look at.
I saw you say that you vote for policy.
That's what I'm gonna do this year. Like, I loved Bernie and the Feel the Burn and all that. You know, like all that shit is the selling gimmick of the vote. I want to see what the fuck motherfuckers have done and what they're going to do. We got a track record of what Trump did. We got a track record of what Biden did. I'm gonna look at what they did and look what they are promising to do, and I'm gonna go off that. Like, that's just that. But at the end of the day, I think that, like, what my decision is, I'm not gonna go out there and try to influence that on my viewers at the end of the day. Like, and I don't know maybe if that's been how I perceived it, but I've always felt like that's why I try to be a fence sitter, because I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm pro Biden or I'm pro Trump when I really don't rock with either one of them as a person. Would you rather have a shitty person and a great president, or a good person and a shitty president?
Nigga, I want to get president. But I
That's
get
what I'm saying.
saying.
So, and I'm not saying that, and that doesn't mean saying that Trump is the better president. But I want to erase the faces and look at what they're bringing, because both of them got dirt. Both of them got dirt at the end of the day. You know, one could be, and Trump's is definitely looking bad and worse on that side from a personal standpoint. Yeah, morals, all that. You know, he got crazy stuff. Biden's issue, of course, that this motherfucker, like, he dementia is like he's starting to look a little slow. That's my main issue with him. You know, so that's just where I stand at the end of the day on the fence sitting. That's why I maybe call it down the middle. And that's why my stance is the way it is. I don't know if you guys have questions to that or anything, or, you know, we can shot.
No, I don't think it. Okay, so again, context matters, and like with you having your platform and being the creator that you are, it now makes even more sense. And I guess it just comes down to me. I'm used to, if someone is brave enough to talk politics, they usually have a strong stance and they stand behind it. So for you to delve into politics with it and talk the way that you're talking without the full context, and I'm not saying that you owe anyone context.
Yeah.
You know, politics is like religion. I really don't give a fuck as long as you're not hurting me or like anyone that I know.
Yeah.
It just comes down to, it's a weird topic to discuss, because if someone doesn't have the full context of you or who you are, you look crazy. You know, it's just like the first time someone hears me or me and this nigga talk. Like, just to go back to what you were saying before about the complex chat, me and this nigga go hard. Like, from the day we met, anything that we see between each other or someone that we making fun of, we dig in deep. I mean, I laughed at everything regarding that complex situation. People who didn't get paid, people who got paid, them getting sold. I'm anarchy.
Yeah.
So it makes that much more sense. And
yeah,
I mean, I just be real with you. I apologize for going as hard as we did on you. I apologize for putting you in the art. That's why I made it a point. As soon as like someone was like, take him off the art, and you had liked it, it's like, I want to talk to you about that. If you felt strongly enough, or you felt that it wasn't fair, you should be removed, we will always be willing to stand behind our points, talk to somebody, and correct any sort of mistakes that we may have made.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, I'm light skinned, you know, so we know how light skinned is, bro. You know, we can be like, maybe take shit too personal, but I just felt like, as creators, like, I just would never wish someone not, like, they don't get paid. You know, if I was doing some crazy shit to y'all, okay, fuck it, like, fuck that motherfucker, fuck that nigga. I don't care, he get paid, whatever. But, you know, this is me. This is my job. So, like, it'd be the same for any other person's job. And with the complex thing, you know, I think you said, like, shit, I'll get paid. If it was me, I would have got paid. Bro, I think I'm not, no cap, I think I might be the only one that did get paid yet. They're going to probably pay everybody, but there's people that have been waiting almost a year now. My wife is one of those people waiting that's almost a year. So I tried. Like, I've been the main one hawking for them, for everybody else, and luckily I finally got that in. And you know, that shit was the going that long not getting paid was pretty tough. Like, that was a tough little moment. Luckily I saved money and stuff like that. But I mean, how would it be for anybody that don't goes months without getting paid? Months, you know, like that. I wouldn't wish that on just somebody I might got a issue with on Twitter, at least, you know, like, that's what I'm just trying to say. So when I heard that, I just felt like, oh, I don't know, it just froze up. Y'all there? I was just saying when I heard it, I'm like, damn, like, does this person like got that much? Like, that's just what you already answered it, but I was like, damn, like, what the fuck did I do for someone to say that? That's
so, maybe. Let me just say this, right?
Yeah.
Let me say this. As far as the whole complex thing, I apologize because if anything, I'm still, when we first started this, we still, for Black creators, especially in this space, like, we're curators of the culture. We mean everything to it. Without us, this culture doesn't move. That includes yourself. That includes us. Includes a lot of people. So no, especially by the likes of Complex, they shouldn't be holding your shit.
Yeah.
I would never. No. Complex has no right to infringe upon Black culture and everything that we bring onto it, including holding niggas' money. Nah. If it hurts your feelings, it clearly did, and I can understand, especially after you explaining it. They held your check for several months. I apologize especially if that hit a very sore spot. I apologize. It just comes with almost having the same, just protecting money coming from a certain way, because again, it was kind of hard to read where you were coming from as far as if you thought some shit was cool or not. And that was the sentiment behind why I said what I said. Now that you've given it context, I understand it. And no, I don't. Nigga, I wish I could get a check right now. So, I mean, I get it.
I appreciate that. And but that's why I wanted to have this talk, because I felt, even though it was pretty hard, I'm like, bro, they just not understanding where I'm coming from. Let me at least say what I gotta say, and then they still think I'm a fuck nigga, bitch, at whatever. Then okay, but let me at least, like, I'm hearing when Davon said what he said, I'm like, but wait, that was just like a little just back and forth. I brushed it off, but Davon over there like, man, fuck that motherfucker. And I'm like, wait, I didn't know it was that serious, bro. And then the soup thing, my brain like soup, you know. I mean, when I heard that, I was laughing, but at the same time, I'm like, but bro, I understand. Maybe I can admit, like, bro, I was being very naive. Like, that's a super naive moment, and I hate to say it, but like, bro, I was literally just being naive to the fact, because I knew he was coming, and I knew he was dropping a shoe before everybody else knew, because I know people at SneakerCon, and I was like, oh shit, but I didn't know it was gonna be a fucking banner. I didn't, like, it was they rolled out the red carpet for him. You know, I didn't know it was gonna be that. And that's when I was like, okay, this is definitely not going to be a good look. So, is that, Tony, like, bro, you not doing your research, you do like this and that? Yeah, I can agree with that, because I've done stuff like that before where, and not even on political side, but just in general, where should I do it in sports or something? You might make a dumbass take on something like that. You know, that's just what I sometimes can do. But I think moving forward, personally, what I learned from this, like, bro, just politics. There's no win. It don't matter. It don't matter. Like, I can come here and say, you know what, guys, let's go Biden. Fuck it. Fuck Trump. And the Trumpers are coming. Vice versa. Like, it's just not a place for me, and that's not my expertise. Like you said, Hodge twins. Maybe if I want to go that route, then yeah. But I'm not heavy political. I don't try to push that out. I do tell people to go vote, but I'm not. That's just not my thing. And I think moving forward, I learned, like, just don't even indulge in it no more, because you're never gonna win. And me personally, I really don't support, like, I'm not a big supporter of either one. Like, you know, like, I can say I supported Obama, like I could say I was out there when Obama was doing it, you know, Bernie Sanders, but I wasn't there for these two. I'm just not. That's just not my main thing.
I mean, my nigga, you don't gotta explain it any further. Like,
Yeah.
To put it in a way, I am chaos embodied. Like, I don't have, like, I kill you if I see you type hatred for niggas. Anyone that wrongs me or I perceive is crossing me is like, fuck this nigga. I've always had word for everybody, even friends. Like, man, this nigga go back and forth all the time. So I can understand how somebody would see it. That's just my personality as a person. I'm always got something smart. But it's just a series of unfortunate events as far as the whole Trump thing, everything being elevated, and then, you know, for lack of a better term, your tweet was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Since no one could really get the context because it's in a written format versus, excuse me, a visual format. Because I wish I had watched your video talking about like when you watched the Trump
Basically,
thing.
it was the context of the tweet, that video. Like, you know where this could have been, where I was on some bullshit, if I was trying to do damage control. when I said the first tweet, there was nobody was saying anything because I just literally said this is going to be a big thing, like because Trump. Like I didn't say it was a good big thing, bad big thing, good because Trump's there. I was just saying, bro, this is going to have people fucking talking, and I think I followed up saying I heard that Trump going to be doing something crazy, and I can't talk about it because I didn't know if they wanted it to be out, and that was the part that he was dropping the shoe. So I knew this shit was going to go off and how it did. But then me having that, that moment of clarity, it was just me saying like what it was, but it wasn't like motherfuckers were coming at me and I'm like, oh shit, man, I gotta kind of push to the left a little bit now and get my Biden supporters back. Hey, I got clarity now, guys. Like it wasn't that. That was just me honestly acknowledging like this is not a good look, you know. And like I said, at the end of the day, to Shy, like if I had to make if I had a choice of yes or no, and that depending on my life or some shit like that, and you asked me if that was an endorsement to Trump, like I'm just saying I'm gonna lean to that side. But in this world, and y'all will learn more, and y'all probably already know in the podcast, you gotta watch what you say. You gotta be saying allegedly. You can't just throw shit out there like that because motherfuckers drop defamation, whatever, or throw out anything. Like you just gotta watch what you say in this online nowadays because motherfuckers take shit the wrong way. You gotta allegedly be saying allegedly, or if you just say, yeah, man, SneakerCon endorsed Trump, this is it. I don't know what can come with that in return. So, it definitely looked like it, but I can't 100% say I can't. I just because we don't know. But we know how it looks, but we can't put a stamp on it unless they come out and physically say that shit.
No, that makes total sense to me. Because we've had shit where we've talked about stuff and I'm but allegedly. So I get exactly where you're coming from. With you being a larger platform, it now like I said, that's why I was so excited to have the conversation as soon as you were open to it. Because having the context of it would have told us if you was on some dumb shit. If not, and now with you explaining it, it makes so much more sense with how everything went. Like I said, it was just an unfortunate series of tweets that lined up to make it look that way on top of niggas just jumping on everything happening in the moment.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I mean, even like before he came, that tweet that SneakerCon put out about it, that was like that looked sus as fuck. Like that one that didn't really answer nothing either. So, like that as well was kind of weird. They didn't endorse him either. They were trying to stay away from that word, anything with that. Was saying like we accept all this and that. So, But yeah, I mean, I got a wrap. We could definitely probably touch up on this on another one or maybe a Twitter space. I'm down if y'all got anything else down the road. I gotta go gotta be a dad real quick. I gotta be a dad real quick.
Shit.
Yeah,
we understand. We appreciate you having me for coming on.
No problem. I appreciate y'all having me and just talking.
Yeah. All right. So
all right, y'all. All right, man.